Coming up on Lexington Now, a new public safety operations center, the VA 5K, and raising awareness for people with disabilities. Those stories and more up next on this week's edition of Lexington Now. Hi, I'm Brenna Angel. Welcome to this week's edition of Lexington Now, where we give you a detailed look at what's going on inside your urban county government. The new state-of-the-art Public Safety Operations Center was officially opened this past week in a ceremony that was attended by state and local officials.
This building is all about partnerships. Partnerships both inside and outside of Lexington. Outside of our city, there are partnerships with the state and federal government, which, in addition to considerable expertise, contributed about $5.5 million in grant funding to this project. Thanks to State Emergency Management, E911, and to the Chemical Stockpile Emergency Preparedness Program. Now, inside the city, this building represents a partnership designed to respond effectively and efficiently to citizens' needs. Many of the citizens calling the center are dialing 911 in an emergency, and many are calling LexCall 311 for city services. And many will call emergency management during citywide emergencies. When the partnership expands to include representatives from across our community, like the Red Cross, local hospitals, or social service agencies. This center supports better, more accurate, and more appropriate emergency response and better communication with citizens throughout the year. But it's really, it's the people, of course, and it's the technology, the very latest, that makes this center special. Like the modern digital radio system linking E911, police, fire, emergency management, corrections, airport safety, Fayette County schools, and other government divisions and agencies, and their state-of-the-art 911 and LexCall 311 telephone technology. We focused resources on technology and found a way to save on the cost of the building. Because we reused an empty city building. That's what this was. It was an empty city building. Because we reused this empty city building for this center, we saved about $23 million over earlier plans for a new building.
For 10 years, this property was vacant in the 11th district. It was an eyesore for the neighbors that live around here, but now we not only have an operations center that's extremely important to the city of Lexington, it helps the neighbors that live around it.
This is a top-level, comprehensive nerve center that will serve our community's needs for many years to come. In addition to being an impressive new home for the city's Division of Emergency Management, who does a tremendous job with our emergency preparedness efforts, and the home to our terrific staff of LexCall and 311, the city's centralized service and information center, this vital facility will now also handle all emergency and non-emergency calls for service for both police and fire, and our hard-working communications personnel will dispatch our police officers and our firefighters from this building around the clock. Clearly, this facility will be a hub of essential activity both day and night, and we certainly appreciate all you do for our city, and I want to thank you, and so does the rest of the council.
I want to tell you just a little bit about the functions and what is going to be occurring in this building on a daily basis. This POC is now the full-time home of LexCall 311, Enhanced 911, and Emergency Management. This is the first time these three entities have been housed in the same building. LexCall receives well over 300,000 calls per year, averaging between 800 and 1,000 calls a day. E911, for that their number is 1,700 calls per day, or 628,000 calls per year. This facility is equipped to answer all of those calls, almost 1 million per year, assess the needs, and get help where it needs to go quickly and efficiently. The PSOC will also serve as a combined dispatch center for both police and fire. When you call 911, someone at this center will take your call. Whether you have a fire emergency or need the police, both agencies will now have access to the same information right away.
All right, on the count of three. 1, 2, 3.
For more information on public safety, visit our website, lexingtonky.gov. The Lexington VA Hospital is hosting an event to help raise funds for veterans in their care. Here are the details.
One of the organizations that we really love to support is the VA Hospital. Not only is it just a few blocks away from us, but they have really great people there, and we know for sure that the efforts that we put in and the money that we put in is going to help some of the veterans who need it the most. And so we're excited to be a part of the VA 5K this year.
It is important to note that 100% of the proceeds from the VA 5K go directly to help veterans. Candace Bradley fills us in on how the donations are used.
So we have veterans that are transitioning from homelessness to apartments. So some of the proceeds will go to purchase items that are necessities for these veterans coming into a new apartment. We're also looking at purchasing items for our residential PTSD and substance abuse program. We have veterans that are with us at the medical center on Leestown Road for up to 2 months. So we really want to be able to provide therapeutic, recreational activities and items for these veterans that are going through their therapy at the Leestown Road VA Medical Center.
The Fayette County Detention Center is a lead sponsor of this year's race, and Major Jim Kammer tells us why they felt it important to get involved.
Well, there are two real reasons we wanted to sponsor the event. The first is we wanted to show support for our veterans. They're the ones that go out and risk life and limb for the country. And anything you can do to support the veterans is always a great opportunity. The second reason we really wanted to support the event is to bring recognition to the facility, and that we're trying to get individuals that are interested in coming out and working as corrections officers. It's a great opportunity to come out and to serve the community as a corrections officer, and it's also a great way to secure your future because it is truly a career opportunity.
While the detention center welcomes veterans to apply for employment, Major Kammer explains that
we do have over 60 veterans and active reservists that currently work at the facility. But no, we're not just looking to hire only veterans. We will look to hire any qualified individual who's interested in coming out to work with us.
Registration is open through race day, which is Saturday, November 5th, and participants can sign up the day of the race on site.
You can go to the Columbia Gas website to sign up and register for the race, and then we also have flyers out within the community. You can also call us and we're happy to send you the registration forms to get you signed up. Anybody that would like to volunteer within the race, please give us a call.
Bradley says that volunteers are also needed on an ongoing basis at their medical facilities.
We're looking for volunteers within the medical center on a regular basis to come out and help with veterans. So at both locations we offer volunteer opportunities to help out and just come and be a compassionate volunteer and visit with a veteran, help a veteran get to their appointment, maybe wheel them to wherever they need to be. We also have volunteer opportunities for DAV drivers, veterans transportation.
And volunteering isn't the only way to help our veterans.
We're always looking for complimentary coffee and snacks and different things that we offer for our veterans and family members that are coming in that possibly need to be fasting. We also take clothing donations. We have a patient clothing room for our veterans that are in need. We have a need for Lextran bus tokens. That is a big program and a nice assistance that we have for our homeless veterans that need transportation. So we're currently looking for Lextran bus tokens as well.
Whether you come out to the 5K, volunteer there, or at a VA facility, or donate resources, our veterans are truly grateful for your support.
The Office of Disability Employment Policy in Washington is celebrating National Disability Awareness Month. We spoke with Annette Jett about what this means for Lexington.
My name is Annette Jett, and I'm the Executive Director of Build Inclusion. And we are a nonprofit designed to help individuals with disabilities find employment and help to educate the community on issues that affect people with disabilities. Today we're here celebrating the National Disability Employment Awareness Month, and to tell you a little bit about what Kentucky is doing to help solve some problems of and underemployment for people with disabilities. This year's theme of the National Disability Employment Awareness Month, which is sponsored by the Department of Labor, is Inclusion Works, and we truly believe that. However, 85% of adults with developmental disabilities still are unemployed. So what we've done here in the Bluegrass is we have developed a workforce initiative here right in Lexington, and it's a coalition for workforce diversity. And it brings employers, job seekers with disabilities, and employment specialists who help to find jobs for people with disabilities, brings them all together so that we can help to solve some of these issues.
My name is Megan Coleman, and I'm an employment agent with Independence Place here in Lexington. Scott, can you introduce yourself?
Hello, I'm Scott Birkenthal.
All right. Scott, can you tell me about your job?
Every day I work as part of a team to prepare fresh food for UK dining at the University of Kentucky.
Good. All right. And what do you like about having this job?
The job is helping me learn about life and becoming independent.
Good job. And how does having a job make you feel?
Awesome. I feel really good after a hard day's work and helping out my team.
Right. And what are you really good at your job?
I'm very good at preparing noodles, chicken, and steak. You should try it. UK dining is great.
And what do you feel like you contribute to your workplace?
I'm told I keep everyone happy and laughing, and that makes me happy.
In order to find out what Scott does really well and what kind of job would be a good fit for him, I spent time with him finding out what he likes to do, finding out what he's really good at. So we spent time in the kitchen cooking, because that's what he really enjoys doing. We spent time on his computer. He loves to play on the computer and make short films and animation. Talked to his parents and found out from them, his needs and his strengths and just how to support him in the best way possible.
Scott's fit in really well. He has learned manageable tasks that's allowed him to contribute right from the start and be a part of UK Dining and his team. Megan and his managers worked together to kind of identify the tasks that he was good at, and they made those his primary responsibility.
I'm Katie Wolf-Whaley. I'm the project director of the Supported Employment Training Project at UK's Human Development Institute. So lots of people understand applying for a job that an employer has posted. There are people that would have a hard time doing all of the tasks of a pre-existing job description, and so that's where customized employment can really be a benefit to everyone. Customized employment is the idea of figuring out what the needs of a business are, what tasks might not be getting done the way that they need them done, how things could run more efficiently, and then matching that with a job seeker who has those tasks and interests and contributions to make a good fit that benefits everybody.
Coming up after the break, a look at what's happening downtown.
Hello, I'm Detective Mark Thomas with the Lexington Police Department. You may also know me from Bluegrass Crime Stoppers. I'm here to talk to you a little bit today about a new texting system that we have available through any smartphone. In the body of your message, you can text LexPD plus your tip to crimes. When you're submitting anonymous information, we ask that you include several things that would help us conduct the investigations more thoroughly, such as a person's name, their home address, possible license plate numbers, any other people involved, or why you think that they're conducting the type of activity that you believe that they are. All of those things, no matter how small you believe they could be, are relevant to the investigation. So please include those. So remember, you can send your anonymous tip information either through text, you can call the Bluegrass Crime Stoppers anonymous tip line at 859-253-2020, or you can go online to bluegrasscrimestoppers.com. Thank you.
This message is brought to you by the U.S. Fire Administration. Have two ways out. When fire strikes, deadly smoke can fill your home within minutes. That's why the USFA wants you to plan and practice home fire drills. Draw a map of each level of your home showing all doors and windows. Discuss the map with everyone who lives with you. Practice your home fire drill at least twice a year. Make sure all doors and windows that lead outside open easily. Push the smoke alarm button to start the drill. Try feeling your way in the dark or with your eyes closed. Have at least two ways out of every room. If your first way out is blocked by fire or smoke, you can use your second way out. If there is smoke, get low and go. Crawl quickly under the smoke to your nearest exit. Close doors behind you and gather at a pre-planned outside meeting place where first responders can see you. Call 911. Remember, get out and stay out. Never go back inside for people, pets, or things. Learn more at www.usfa.fema.gov.
Welcome back to the show. Downtown Lexington is the place to be if you're looking for something to do. Here's what's happening this week downtown.
Fill your beautiful fall week with all the events that are happening in downtown Lexington. Visit downtownlex.com or find us on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram to find out more information. This Monday at Ethereal Brewing at 5 p.m. is the release of a Sour Peach Saison, a collaboration between Kentucky Proud and Ethereal Brewing. Visit etherealbrew.com for more information. On Tuesday at the Henry Clay's Public House is the Northside Sheiks performing at 8 p.m. Then on Wednesday at Fusion Gallery is Family Fun Night, where you can paint The Scream with Enrique. For more information, visit fusiongallery.xyz. On Thursday, there is a Young Professionals Networking Happy Hour at Lexington Beer Works from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. This Friday is American Cancer Society's All In to End Cancer at the Livery in downtown Lexington. The Celebrity Casino Night starts at 6 p.m. For tickets and more information, visit acslexington.ejoinme.org. On Saturday at the Lyric Theater is A Roast and a Toast, celebrating the Lyric, their neighbors, the community, and a shared future, starting at 6 p.m. For more information, visit lexingtonlyric.com. Then on Sunday, the Lexington Children's Theater has the production of Frankenstein at 2 p.m. to help get you into the Halloween spirit. For more information, visit lctonstage.org. Fill your beautiful fall week with all the events that are happening in downtown Lexington. Visit downtownlex.com or find us on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram to find out more information.
The Carnegie Center is the go-to place for literature lovers of all ages, and the fall season of classes has begun. Neil Chethik, the director of the center, tells us what's happening.
The city did not have a public library back in the late 1800s, and so we were one of hundreds of American cities that applied to the Carnegie Endowment, and the steel magnate Andrew Carnegie gave $65,000 to the city of Lexington to build the Carnegie Center in 1903. And it was built over the next 2 years, and the thing that was most important is that it would be free to the public. The Carnegie Center is today a learning center and community center. Every one of us cannot reach our full potential unless we can read, learn, unless we can write. You can't be a mathematician if you can't read. You can't be an engineer if you can't read. So reading is the fundamental learning that has to be done, and we take that as our challenge in the Lexington community. We have 80 classes that will be available from September 1st through the end of December. And those classes range from a writing class for a 5-year-old who's just learning how to write. We have classes for adults that are in storytelling, fiction, nonfiction, poetry. So we really try also to help people who may have written 20 or 25 years ago and haven't been writing since then, but who want to come back and make another stab at it. We also have a lot of celebrations, literary celebrations. For example, this fall we have one that's called Carnegie Classics. You may be seeing this around. We're taking the book 1984 and making it possible for you to come to us and walk into the building. It will seem like you're walking onto the set of 1984 or into the novel of 1984. And we try to make the arts be something that is exciting and worthy of a night of celebration. I want to strongly encourage people in the community who have time to consider donating their time to the Carnegie Center. But we bring in about 200 adults to work one-on-one with children, and you get to work with the same child every week for the whole school year. The idea is that you create a deep relationship with that child, they with you, and that mixed with the fact that you're tutoring them and mentoring them helps them associate education in a positive way. Later in the fall, we will be announcing the new inductees into the Kentucky Writers Hall of Fame. We always have an induction ceremony in January, but over the fall, we take in nominations. We want to hear from people about who they think are the greatest writers, both present living writers and past writers who have died. We have language classes, so if you're interested in learning Spanish or French, we have full several levels of each of those. We also do a series called Just Enough of a language. We've had Just Enough Italian, Just Enough Russian, Just Enough Chinese. This fall, we're having one called Just Enough Portuguese. The success stories that I'm most proud of are the ones that I hear of kids who have come here for tutoring when they're 4, 5, 6, 7th grade, maybe stayed for 2 or 3 years, or maybe even were tutored all the way through high school. A student who may have gone to one of our mentors to help them decide which college and which tests to take and how to prepare for those, and is now in college or beyond. I would strongly encourage you, invite you to come by. The building's beautiful, it's historic, and we've done a lot of renovation work, so it's a wonderful place to actually tutor people. Also, we can show you around, introduce you to the people, show you where you can park, and it can be a really wonderful place to take classes, to tutor kids, or just to have as an event, as a space for an event that you might want to do. So come on by. We're at 251 West 2nd Street, just north of downtown Lexington, or you can call us at 859-254-4175, or you can go online, www.carnegiecenterlex.org, lex.org.
It's another busy week at City Hall with several meetings, including the Environmental Quality and Public Works Committee and Council Work Session. You can watch these meetings live on GTV3 or streaming on our website, lexingtonky.gov, or watch any archived meeting and find a complete calendar of events on the city's website. That's all for this edition of Lexington Now. We'll return next week with more news from the urban county government. But in the meantime, you can get the latest news on the city by following us on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. And you can also get the latest information on any traffic delays you may encounter by following @LexRex on Twitter or checking out our live interactive cameras online at lexingtonky.gov. For the staff and producers at GTV3, I'm Brenna Angel, and that's it for now.
The preceding